how you prepping for the combine, Max? Walk me through it.
Yeah, it's been good. I'm out here in Southern California or Orange County with Jordan Palmer, training with him. So doing a lot, speed training, strength training, throwing with him, interview prep, getting on the board, physical therapy, all that. So it's been a good process. I'm looking forward to the combine.
Yeah, they're long-ass days, man. I'll tell you, I've been in the combine for almost 20 years, and I can't believe it's a long week. I mean, you're gonna see a bunch of doctors. You know, teams are like, what are you prepping from teams? Like, are you prepping to the crazy question front at all, Max?
Yeah, you know, I think you're going to get the questions like that, but I think just being confident in what your story is and who you are, where you came from, your career at TCU, you've been able to get up on the board and talk some ball, be able to just grow that relationship. I think teams just want to get to know who the guy is and who they're interviewing and what type of person they're going to be getting if they decide to, you know, get you on their team.
Who was your player growing up? Who was the guy you emulated, Max?
So I grew up a Packers fan, so I watched Favre and I watched, you know, Aaron Rodgers a bunch growing up. So those are the two guys that, you know, I watched a ton.
You sure you didn't watch Favre as a Viking? I mean, how old are you, Max? I mean, I'm trying to do the math.
21.
21. So you watched Favre on like what, YouTube videos or something like that? Is that what you?
No, I was young enough. I was young, but I remember though. I remember you know, Favre in a Packers uniform.
Okay, and Rodgers, have you spoken to Rodgers? And have you ever met him?
No, yeah, I haven't spoken to him. I don't have a relationship with him. It was just as a kid growing up, you know, you watch him, and obviously I'm a Midwest kid, and Packers were my team growing up. So.
Where are you from?
Iowa.
Okay, so you're from Iowa. Have you spoken to Kurt Warner? Have you ever met Kurt, Max? You ever spoken to him?
I have not met Kurt, but yeah, he's a legend in the state of Iowa, though. Yes. What a great story, you know, Kurt had of working at Hy-Vee and then having the career that he did.
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible.
Okay, yeah, but also, you know, I'm sure he was kind of rooting against you in the Big 12 game. You know, his son plays for Kansas State, but
he did. They got the better end of it, though, so I think he was pretty happy.
Yeah, eventually. So okay, so who do you model your game after then? Would you say?
You know, a guy that I watched a lot, even lately, was Joe Burrow. What he does with his movements and efficient movements and how he is in a pocket. I don't know if I would say I play like him. Probably someone I kind of play like would be probably Jalen Hurts. Just kind of that tough-minded leader. Can make the throws anytime. Can lead a group of men. Spot through adversity. Things of that sort.
Well, one thing that Jordan Palmer told us the other day, Max, that kind of took me by surprise is that you've never had sort of a personal coach or the intensive coaching outside of obviously your school programs like the one that you're getting right now. That you never went to a camp or anything like that sort of thing, Max.
Yeah, so I never had a private coach. You know, my entire life I played 4 sports in high school, so all off seasons. You know, while guys were probably traveling around the country 7-on-7, I was playing baseball or basketball or running track, and then even in college, just being at TCU and just getting a bag of balls and going to throw it to guys in the indoor. So this has been fun for me to really specialize my development and really hone in on, you know, things that I need to work on that I think will really help my trajectory as a football player.
Okay, so then I'll ask the same question I asked of Jalen Hurts, since you mentioned how you try to model your game off of him, and obviously I would imagine leadership style as well. I'll ask you the same question I asked him when I spoke to him before the draft is, what will a team get if they draft Max Duggan? Max?
Yeah, I think just an extremely competitive person that knows how to lead a group of men. I think those intangible assets are kind of the most important. I think, you know, at this level, everybody can throw, everybody can run, but I think just having that competitive nature and having a leader where a group of men can follow. Obviously now, you know, I'm working on development of mechanics and footwork that will just even, you know, project my development as a player. That'll help me become a better player. But I think the competitive, you know, tenacity and leader is the most important that teams will kind of get from me. And
do you have your schedule as to who you're interviewing with next week? Do you have that yet?
I don't have my schedule. You know, there's a couple teams that I know I'll be meeting with, but I don't have the exact schedule yet.
All right, now I need names, Max. You got to cough it up. Who are you meeting with next week? What do you got?
I don't know yet. I promise. I might have to talk to. have to do some phone calls and figure it out.
Okay, I don't want to. So, all right. You know what? I'm sorry I put you on the spot. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. So that means you're meeting with the Patriots. Okay. No, okay.
I truly don't know. I promise,
Okay.
Rich.
Okay.
If I knew, I'd tell you.
Okay, very good. But you're going to meet with some teams next week, and you're going to go crush it. And I look forward to watching you do that, Max. And it's been great to meet with you here. And I just watching you play again. You crushed my heart. And by the way, an 11-year-old son too. I mean, but
Come on,
Rich. It was tough to watch for me. But watching you ascend this year was great. And I particularly was caught by your press conference after losing the Big 12 championship game. To me, watching people in defeat is just as telling as watching anybody in victory. And I was very impressed by that, Max, to be very honest with you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think in the day of age of where we get into sports, I think it kind of becomes almost weak to show vulnerability. I think people see that as, being weak, but I think, these are these guys' lives. This is passion. So to care so much about something and to show emotion, I think is okay. And I hope I showed people that, it's okay to, care about something and, the passion you have for something. It's okay to, show emotion.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.